Do you ever feel stuck in your own head, playing out the same scenarios over and over again? It's like you're on a hamster wheel of worry, and you just can't seem to get off. This is the world of overthinking, and today, we are going to talk about how to break free from it and finally take charge of your life. First, let's understand why we do it. Overthinking often comes from a deep-seated need for control. We believe that if we can just analyze every single angle, every possible outcome, we can prevent bad things from happening. It gives us this illusion of control. We think, if I can predict the worst-case scenario, I can prepare for it. But in reality, this constant analysis rarely leads to certainty. Instead, it paralyzes us. We spend so much time in our heads that we never actually get out into the world and do the things we're rethinking about. This brings me to a crucial point. Clarity comes from action, not from thought. You can spend weeks, months, or even years trying to figure out the perfect plan. You can map out every step, consider every contingency, but you'll never truly know if it's the right path until you take that first step. Think about learning to ride a bike. You can read books about it, watch videos, and analyze the physics of balance. But you will only learn how to ride by actually getting on the bike and probably falling a few times. Action creates data. It gives you real-world feedback that you can use to adjust your course. The answers you're looking for aren't hiding in your thoughts. They're waiting for you out there in the results of your actions. There's also a sneaky little brain chemical involved here: dopamine. You might think dopamine is just about pleasure, but it's more about anticipation and motivation. When you sit down and make a detailed plan, your brain releases a little hit of dopamine. It feels good. It feels like you've accomplished something. You've created this beautiful, color-coded spreadsheet or a perfectly organized to-do list. This is the dopamine trap of planning. You get the reward signal just for planning, which can trick your brain into thinking the work is already done. It satisfies the urge to act without you having to take any of the risks that come with actual execution. So you plan, get your dopamine hit, feel good, and then you do nothing. The cycle repeats, and you stay stuck, mistaking the comfort of planning for actual progress. So, how do we break free? The first and most powerful step is to name it, to tame it. You have to shine a light on the specific thoughts that are running on a loop. You can't fight a vague feeling of anxiety. You need to identify exactly what you're overthinking. Is it a conversation you had yesterday? A big decision you have to make at work? Your financial future? Get specific. Grab a piece of paper or open a note on your phone and write it down. For example, I'm overthinking the presentation I have to give next week. I'm afraid I'll forget what to say and everyone will think I'm incompetent. Just seeing it written down can make it feel more manageable. It externalizes the thought, separating it from your identity. It's no longer a part of you, it's just a thought that you're having. Once you've named the thought, the next step is to challenge it. Become a detective and investigate the validity of your negative thoughts. Don't just accept them as fact. Start by asking for evidence. Ask yourself, what concrete evidence do I have that supports this negative thought? Let's go back to our presentation example. The thought is, I'll forget what to say and everyone will think I'm incompetent. What's the evidence for that? Maybe you stumbled over your words once in a meeting. Okay, that's one piece of data. But is it really solid proof that you will fail this time? Now, let's flip the script and gather evidence against the negative thought. Ask yourself, what evidence do I have that this thought is not true? Have you given successful presentations before? Even small ones? Have people praised your work in the past? Have you prepared thoroughly for this presentation? Write down all the counter-evidence. Maybe you realize you've given a dozen successful team updates, and your boss recently told you that you communicate your ideas clearly. Suddenly, that one instance of stumbling over your words seems a lot less significant. This process is a form of cognitive restructuring. You're actively challenging the biased, negative evidence your anxious brain is presenting and replacing it with a more balanced and realistic view. Most of our overthinking is fueled by cognitive distortions and helpful thinking patterns. For example, catastrophizing, where you jump to the worst possible conclusion, or black and white thinking, where you see things as either a total success or a complete failure. By looking for evidence, you're challenging these distortions head-on. You're not just telling yourself to be positive. You're using logic and reason to dismantle the very foundation of your anxiety. Let's try another example. Maybe you're overthinking a social interaction. I said something awkward at the party, and now everyone thinks I'm weird. Okay, what's the evidence? You felt awkward. That's a feeling, not a fact. Did anyone actually say you were weird? Did they stop talking to you? Or is it more likely that they were so wrapped up in their own conversations that they barely even noticed? The evidence against the thought is probably much stronger. People were laughing, you had other good conversations, and they invited you to the next event. By weighing the evidence, you can see the negative thought for what it is, an exaggeration, not a reality. Remember, the goal isn't to eliminate all negative thoughts, that's impossible. The goal is to change your relationship with them, to see them not as absolute truths, but as suggestions from your brain, suggestions that you have the power to question, challenge, and ultimately dismiss. This process takes practice. It's like building a muscle. The more you do it, the stronger you'll get at catching yourself in an overthinking spiral and guiding your mind back to a place of clarity and action. You shift from being a prisoner of your thoughts to being the curious, compassionate observer of your mind. Breaking free from overthinking is about shifting your focus from the endless what-ifs inside your head to the concrete what is right in front of you. It's about trading the illusion of control that analysis provides for the real-world clarity that only action can bring. It's about recognizing the dopamine trap of planning and pushing yourself to execute instead. Name your worries to tame them, and then become a detective, challenging those negative thoughts with cold, hard evidence. This is how you stop spinning your wheels and start moving forward. This is how you take back your mental energy and use it to build the life you truly want to live. If you're struggling with severe overthinking, anxiety, or mental health challenges, please remember it's a sign of strength to seek help. Talking to a therapist or a counselor can provide you with personalized tools and support. There are resources like the National Alliance on Mental Illness and the Crisis Text Line available if you need to talk to someone right away. You are not alone in this. Thanks for watching today. If this video resonated with you, give it a like and consider subscribing for more content on living a more intentional life. Let me know in the comments what you tend to overthink the most. I'd love to hear from you. See you in the next one.